Hi, I'm Megan. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to hand sew a button. You're going to need something to sew your button onto. I'm using a little piece of scrap fabric, a needle and thread, a pair of scissors, a marking tool, and of course buttons. There's ones with 4 holes, 2 holes, and then there's also ones that don't have any hole on the front. They just have a single loop on the back. These are known as single hole or shank buttons. I like to start off with about 3-ish feet of thread. I thread it onto the needle. Once your thread is on your needle, you want to bring both ends together so the thread is at the same length, like this. And you can either tie a knot multiple times, and it'll give you something like this. But I prefer to do what I call a sloppy knot. You're going to pinch the 2 tails of thread between your pointer and thumb like this, wrap it around once, and then slide your thumb and pointer fingers to twist the threads together. Then using your middle finger to hold the threads down, you're just going to pull to form a knot, kind of like this. It's not super pretty, but it's very effective. And we can start the sewing process one of 2 ways. If you start on the back side of the fabric, the knot will be on the back of the work. Or you can start on the front, start just on the right side of the dot, and then bring the needle up just on the left side of the dot and pull the thread through. And this will have the knot be on the top of your fabric. This is how I prefer to start sewing on my buttons, because when I put the button down on the fabric, the knot is hidden behind the button. It all really comes down to personal preference and how neat you want the back of your fabric to be. For this example, I'm using a button with 4 holes, and I'm going to sew it in the shape of a plus sign. I'm going to make sure my button is centered over my mark, and I have my thread coming up out of the left hole. So I'm going to go down and through the right hole like this, and then back up and out the left hole, down and through the right hole, and I'm going to do that 4 or 5 times. Now I'm going to go from top to bottom. So my needle is going to go up through the top, down through the bottom, up through the top hole, down through the bottom hole, and I'm just going to again do this 4 or 5 times. To finish off the button, instead of going all the way back through the fabric, I'm just going to go down through the buttonhole, but not through the fabric. I'm going to tip this to the side here so you can see I'm just bringing the needle out the bottom of the button. Then I'm going to wrap the thread around 3 times. And what that is going to do is kind of lift the button away from the fabric to form a shaft. And that will make it easier if I was to use this button in combination with a buttonhole. It just helps get the button through the hole easier. To fasten off the thread, I'm going to take my needle and run it through a couple of threads, pull it through, and then right before it's all the way pulled through, you'll see I have a little loop. I pass my needle through that loop and pull it tight to form a knot. And I just do that 2 or 3 times, and then clip my thread close to the underside of the button. Alternatively, if I didn't want to do a plus shape, I could do a couple parallel lines. To do this, I'm going to imagine there's a box around the little mark that I made. I'm going to start in the left upper corner of the box and then go down through the right upper corner of the box. Repeat that 4 or 5 times, and then I'm going to come down and go up and through the bottom right corner of my box, and then down and through the left bottom corner of my box, and repeat that 3 or 4 times. That will give you these 2 parallel lines as opposed to that plus sign shape. It all comes down to your personal preference, which one you think looks better and which one you would want to use. For a 2-hole button, same process, but there's only 2 holes, so you go up one side and down the other side. For a shank or a single hole button, I like to start so my knot is on the back of my fabric. The tricky part with this is that shank buttons don't lay flat on fabric, so you have to hold it at an angle so you can see where you're sewing, but there's only 1 hole. So you just go back down through the fabric, and then you come back up, go through the hole, and then back down through the fabric, and I do this 4, 5, 6 times. Because the button moves, I like to finish my knots on the back of the fabric. That way, as the button's moving, you don't ever see a knot on the right side of the fabric. They're all hidden on the back. And you just tie these knots the same way that I did with the other buttons. And that's it. That's how to hand sew a button. If you liked this video or you thought that it was helpful, please be sure to give it a thumbs up so I know to make more videos like it in the future. And if you want to keep up on those future videos, don't forget to subscribe. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.